Yep. So hello everyone. I'm Vivek, your math knowledge coach. And in today's class, we are going to learn about expressions in details. So if you focus carefully in this particular class, I think you will get all the knowledge that you want to apply for expressions chapter in your ASVAB exams. So please stay tuned and try to solve as many questions as you can with me. Okay, let's move on. Now here, in today's class, we are going to learn about, let's say, operations in expressions. That is nothing but addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division in the expressions. Then we're going to solve some questions which are based on the substitution. Like let's say if a is equal to 2 and b is equal to -3. Solve 3a square b minus c square a. So this is how the questions will be asked. That type of questions will come under the substitution part. Now, identity formula and its application. So a plus b whole square, a minus b whole square. So this is all that will be coming under the identity. It's basically the formula that you need to know. Now, let's say what exactly does an algebraic expression consist of? So an algebraic expression consists of nothing but, let's say, some numbers and few letters. So alphabets basically you can say. So all the alphabets that you can see, X and Y, they are nothing but variables because their value can vary. The value of something which can vary is nothing but variable. And the digits written before the variables are coefficients. You need to understand this basic terminology so that when difficult question comes, you should not get stuck because of this terminology. Remember, variables are the alphabets, coefficients are the numbers before the alphabet. Now, constant term, basically constant is nothing but it is only a number. There is nothing given with it. No variable is given with it. And terms, terms is basically a group, like let's say it is something that is separated by a plus or a minus. There will be multiplication, division based on it, and there will be just a plus, a positive sign or a negative sign dividing the terms together. Now, let me just try to explain the terms part to you more clearly. Now, if you guys, you must have heard about monomial, binomial, and trinomial. So, mono means one, bino means two, trino means three. So, any expression that has one term. Now, if you see, this is nothing but -2 times x to the power 5. So, single term. There can be multiplication, there can be division. It's just that there should be no addition and subtraction into it. Now, let's say if I say 5 over 6 x square y. Now, here there was a multiplication between all this, there was a division with 6, but still it was a single term. Now, binomial, if you observe carefully, it is x square plus 5. It is separated by a positive sign, or let's say an addition. So, x square is one term, 5 is another term. So, two terms is nothing but binomial. Now, if you observe this, three terms, trinomial. So, 3x is one term minus 8 plus 4x to the power 5 is nothing but trinomial. Samara and Machini, have you guys understood this? Please show me a thumbs up, or you can even say you got it in the chat box so that I can move ahead. Samara and Machini, have you guys understood it? Yes, Samara says yes. Okay, that's great. Machini, I hope you're at work basically. That's fine. You try to listen it and try to understand it as much as you can. Yeah, Machini also says yes. Now, here is the crucial part where lots of students have so many difficulties. Operations in expression. So basically, addition and subtraction of expression is one thing. Multiplication and division of expressions is another thing. So first, we'll be heading towards the addition and subtraction. Now, one thing, guys, you need to understand before moving into operations is like terms and unlike terms. Do not mess up in understanding the like terms and unlike terms. Okay, now let me try to explain you what are like terms and unlike terms. So if there is an equation like this, 5ab, 7ab, negative 8ab. Okay. Now, for any particular term to be like, there are two conditions. First, the number of coefficient or the number of variables should be same, or you can say the variables should be same. Variables should be same. And the second, power should be same. So this, yes, Samara is saying 5ab and 7ab. Samara, negative 8ab is also a like term. Okay? All these three are like terms. Why? There are only two conditions for it. Variables should be same. If you observe a, b, a, b, a, b, the variables are same. Let's check their power. If there is nothing, there is always one. A has one, B has power one. A has one, B has one, A has one, B has one. So if you observe carefully, both the conditions are satisfied. So all these three are like terms. Okay? All these three are like terms. Let me take few more examples. 11, a square b cube minus 23 or negative 23, a square b square, and 43 a square b cubed. Now, if you observe carefully, see what are the variables in this. Here it is a, b, a, b, a, b. Now, the first condition is satisfied, but let's check the second condition where the power should be same. So the power here for A is 2, A is 2, A is 2. Okay. Now let's check for B. So here the power for B is 3 and here it is 2. So these two are not like terms. But if you observe, the power of B here is 3. So these two are like terms. Your volume is low. I can hardly hear you. Okay. Can you try increasing your volume, Samara? Can you hear me clearly now? Am I audible? Can you please tell me which one is better? Is this better than before? Is this better or the best before one was better? I have just, yeah, fine. Let's move ahead. Now, remember, you can add or subtract only when the terms are like. Okay, you can only add and subtract when the terms are like terms. And if you observe carefully, these two, this and this, are not like terms. This and this are not like terms. Unlike terms, basically. This and this are unlike terms. This and this, unlike terms. So, whenever you get an expression for addition and subtraction, remember that you can only add or subtract like terms. You cannot do addition and subtraction with unlike terms. Now, let's try to solve some questions first. Okay, so that you can understand it clearly. Now, if you observe here there are three parentheses. I will try to initially eliminate the parentheses. Okay, so first 2m square n plus 3m n square minus 5mn. Because there is a positive sign, I can directly open the parentheses because positive times positive will become positive only. Positive m square n minus 7mn square plus 2mn. Now here there is a negative sign. Whenever there is a negative sign outside the parenthesis, all the signs change. Here there is a positive, it will become negative. Minus m square n. Here there was a negative. Negative times negative will become positive. 2mn square. Here there is a positive, it will become negative. 3mn. Now, whenever you have some expressions like this, the first thing that you're going to do is combine the like terms. Now, everything over here is having m and n only, but you need to check the powers. So let me check m square n, m square n, m square n. So I'm just going to combine these three first. So 2m square n plus 4m square n minus m square n. I have combined these three now. Let's move on. Always take the sign in the left plus 3mn square. So 3mn square is here again, and mn square is here again. So minus 7mn square plus 2mn square. Now, next, mn. So what will I do now? Always carry the sign in the left. Negative mn, negative 5mn plus 2mn minus 3mn. Now, let's try to solve it over here. 2m square n plus 4m square n will be 6m square n minus 1 would be 5m square n. 3mn square minus 7mn square would be negative 4mn square. Negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2mn square. This is all done. Now, negative 5 plus 2. Negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3. And negative 3 minus 3 would be negative 6mn. So here is your answer. Option A is correct. You guys can just take a photo of this, or you can go through it. If you have any doubts, you can ask it to me right away. And don't worry, I'm going to solve few more questions so that you get the gist of it and you can solve few more questions on your own. Let's move on to the next question. Yep, here we go. Now we are going to subtract this expression from the first one. So I will just first open the parenthesis. So 4a square b minus 7ab square plus 3ab. Remember, if there is a positive sign outside the parenthesis, you can just bring it outside as it is. But if there is a negative sign, you're going to change all the signs. So here it was positive, it will become minus 2a square b. Because here it was negative, it will become positive 5ab square. And here it was negative, it will again become positive 4ab. Now, let's try to combine the like terms. So same, everything is having same variables over here, which is A and B. But what is going to matter now? The powers. So let's try to find the powers where the powers are same. 4a square b minus 2a square b. So I'll just combine them together. 4a square b minus 2a square b. Next, minus 7ab square plus 5ab square. Next, what is remaining? Plus 3ab plus 4ab. Just solve it now. 4a square b minus 2a square b would be 2a square b. Negative 7ab square plus 5ab square would be negative 2ab square, and 3ab plus 4ab would be nothing but 7ab. So we have our answer over here, which is nothing but option A. Now, guys, let's move on to the next question, wherein you will be solving. Okay, try solving this question. Try solving this question. You have 2 minutes. Your time starts now. Try solving this question. Come on. Solve it. Come on. Okay. Jacob got it. Now, let's say, how would you solve this? You guys just need to combine the like terms. Initially, I'll just open the parenthesis because there is a positive sign over here. I can open the parenthesis directly. So 2x square minus 4x plus 3. Let's just combine the like terms now. 3x square plus 2x square. Next, it would be nothing but plus 5x minus 4x. The next would be nothing but take this negative 7 plus 3. So all the terms are taken now. Let's do the calculations. 3x square plus 2x square is nothing but 5x square. 5x minus 4x is nothing but 1x. You can also call it as x only. Negative 7 plus 3 is minus 4. So option A is correct. Now let us move on to the next question. Here is your next question. Your time starts now. Remember to combine all the like terms. Great. All those who got it, great. All those who didn't get it, I'm going to solve it for you. Combine the like terms. Because there is positive sign between both the parentheses, we are just going to add or subtract the like terms directly. So here we have 6x square y. I'll just write them down for you. Plus 4x square y plus 2x square y. Remember, I'm just doing this because there was just positive sign between the parentheses. So negative 3xy square. I'm combining the like terms now. Xy square minus 4x square. Xy square. And here we have plus 2xy plus, oh, it's not a plus over there, it's minus xy plus 3xy. Let us solve it now. 6x square y plus 4x square y plus 2x square y would be 6 plus 4, 10. 10 plus 2, 12 x square y. Now, minus 3 plus 5 would be nothing but plus 2 plus 2 minus 4 is nothing but negative 2xy square. Let's move on to the last term now. 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 plus 3 is nothing but 4. So it will be 4xy. So this will be your answer. Now let's move on to the next topic. So next topic is nothing but how do we multiply the expressions? So how do we exactly multiply the expressions? Now, key rules. First thing, multiply the numerical value. If you observe carefully over here, you just need to multiply the numerical value first, then apply the exponent's law. Wherever there are bases are same, wherever the bases are like, means they are having same basis, where here x and x is there. So which law are you going to apply? A to the power m times a to the power n would be a to the power m plus n. Now, what do we do basically? We're going to apply to this particular question over here. So x squared times x to the power 3 would be nothing but x squared times x to the power 3 would be nothing but x to the power 2 plus 3, which is nothing but x to the power 5. So now we have done, we have applied the exponent's law over here, and whenever we need to distribute the terms, we can do it accordingly. Now I'm going to solve few questions so that you understand everything clearly, and then we can solve further questions. Now, multiplying monomials, guys. Monomials means single terms with another single term. Now, what do? We will be multiplying the numerical value with the other numerical value. 2 times 5 is 10. Now, AQ times a square would be nothing but a to the power 3 plus 2, which is nothing but a to the power 5, which is over here. Now, next is what? B to the power 1. Remember, if there is nothing, it will be always 1. B to the power 1 times b to the power 4 would be nothing but b to the power 1 plus 4, which is nothing but b to the power 5. So our final answer would be nothing but then a to the power 5 times b to the power 5. Now, whenever you have to multiply a monomial with a polynomial, whenever you have to multiply a monomial with a polynomial, what do? We will basically, let us say, we will basically start multiplying this monomial with each term. So let's try doing it. 3x times x square. Take the sign which is in the center. 3x times 2x. Take the sign which is in the center over here. 3x times 5. Let's solve it now. So 3x times x square would be nothing but, remember here it is 1. So 3 times, if there is nothing, it would be 1 over here. So x to the power 1 times x to the power 2 would be nothing but x to the power 1 plus 2, which is x to the power 3, plus 3 times 2, which is 6, x to the power 1, x to the power 1. If you add it, you'll get 2, minus 3 times 5 is 15x. This will be your answer. Whenever multiplying a monomial with polynomial, you can do it this way. Now, whenever we are solving or we are multiplying a binomial with another binomial, we generally use the FOIL method. So FOIL is what? F means first. These are the first, like let's say first terms. O are the outer terms. So basically you can also call them as outer terms. Inner terms, which is 3 and x in this case. And let's say L is nothing but the last terms. First, last, inner, outer. Okay. Let's try to do it now. First, so multiply these two. X times x is x square. These are first term. O means outer terms. Now you multiply this. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. So negative 2x is here. Now I is nothing but the inner term. So 3 times x is 3x. So you add the 3x over here. And L are the last term. So 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. So you put it over here. Now, if you observe carefully, this negative 2x plus 3x They are like terms. So what can we do? We can just solve them. Negative 2x plus 3x is nothing but positive 1x. So you can just write it as x minus 6. So this will be your answer. Now, let me try solving few more questions before me giving some questions to you. Now here, let us say we are going to use the FOIL method, FOIL method for this. F means the first terms x times x, which is x square. So I'll write it down over here, x square. O, which is nothing but the outer terms. So this and this are the outer terms. So x times 2, which is nothing but 2x. Because it is positive, I'll put 2x over here. Now I are nothing but the inner terms. So which is nothing but 4 times x, which is 4x. Because it is positive, I'll put a x over here. And L are the last terms. So 4 and 2. 4 times 2, which is nothing but 8. So plus 8. Now, if you observe carefully, this 4x and 2x are like terms. So it will become x square plus 6x plus 8 as your answer. Now, I hope you guys understood this. Now, let's move on to solve. Okay. One more questions of the FOIL type, and then I'll go back to the previous question. Okay, here we go. So first, F first term with the first term. So 2x times 5x, which is nothing but 10x square. So I'll write it down over here, 10x square. O, which is nothing but the outer terms now, 2x and 10. So 2x times 10 would be nothing but 20x. Because it is positive, I'll write it 20x over here. Now I, FOI, now the inner terms. So here it is negative 20 times 5x would be nothing but negative 100x. So I'll write negative 100x over here. And L, the last terms, negative 20 times 10 would be nothing but negative 200. Now, what do we get? 10x square plus, now there will be no plus over here because 20x minus 100x would be nothing but negative 80x minus 200. So that will be your answer. I hope you guys have understood this. Now let's move on to the previous question. So here we are going to apply this law very frequently. A to the power m times a to the power n is equal to a to the power m plus n in this case. So here let's multiply the numericals. First, we are going to multiply a monomial with another monomial. So 2 times 5, which is nothing but 10. Now, let's try to write down all the variables with the other variables. So x to the power 4 times x to the power 2, now times y to the power 7 times y to the power 3 times m to the power 2 times m to the power 8 times z to the power 1, where there is no z over here. Let's try to solve it now. So 10 as it is. Now what do we do? 4 plus 2, x to the power 6, which is 4 plus 2 times y to the power 7 plus 3, which is nothing but y to the power 10. M to the power 2 plus 8, which is nothing but 10, and z to the power 1. So you can also write it as 10 x to the power 6, y to the power 10, m to the power 10, z to the power 1. Or you can also simply write it as z. That will be your answer. Now, I hope you guys have understood it. Let's move on to the next question. You guys solve it. You can use the FOIL method and solve this. Time up, guys. Here is how you solve it. F other is the first term. So x times x is nothing but x square. O is nothing but the outer terms x times 2, which is 2x. So I'll just write it as x square plus 2x. Now I inner terms. So 2 times x, which is nothing but 2x again. So I'll add this 2x and L, the last terms. So 2 times 2, which is 4. So add the 4 over here. This 2x plus 2x can be added as 4x plus 4. So x square plus 4x plus 4 would be your final answer. Now, let's move on to the next question. Here is your next question, guys. Try solving it. You have 2 minutes. After that, I'll solve it for you. Time up. I'll solve it for you now. So, guys, we are going to multiply the first terms first according to the FOIL method. So 2x square times 2x would be nothing but multiply the numericals first. 2 times 2, 4. X to the power 2 times x to the power 1 would be x to the power 2 plus 1, which is nothing but 3. So we have 4x cube. Now O, F, O means the outer terms. So 2x square times negative 1. What do we have? Negative 2x square. So let us negative 2x square over here. Now I, the inner terms. So we have 3 times 2x is equal to 6x over here, and L is the last term, which is nothing but 3 times negative 1, which is negative 3, so minus 3. I don't think there are any common terms or like terms over here, so it will remain as it is. That is your final answer. Let's move on to the next part. Solve it. You have 2 minutes. Hello, Frederick. Try solving it. Come on, the timer is on. Frederick, do you know how to solve this? Okay.
I think, yeah. I think
Okay, solve it and give me the answer.
I think the x was x times 3x.
3x square. Which option would you select?
Okay, what do you think? Yeah.
They saw virtually nothing wrong with it. But I would say that look at issues of sanitation. If we can have this my entire life in the capital of Accra, and one of the
Okay, let me solve it for you.
in the community
Here, we are going to apply the FOIL method, Frederick. So we are going to multiply the first terms, which is x times 3x, which is 3x square. Then we go ahead with the outer ones, which is 4 and 4 times 5 is 20.
20, yeah.
What do we have? I'll just write it down the answer over here. Hold on. We write it down over here. So we have 3x square plus 20. Now, I are nothing but the inner terms. So 4 times 3x is nothing but 12x. So positive 12x. And L are nothing but the, oh, I took it wrong.
Yeah, so now,
yeah, I took the last terms first. So let's do the outer terms now.
that has been a
X
challenge
times 5,
and how
which is nothing but 5x.
FX, yeah.
addressing this challenge.
So 12x plus 5x would be nothing but 17x. So it's 3x square plus 17x plus 20.
Yeah.
That will be your answer. Okay, I hope you understood it, Frederick.
Yeah, I
I
understand.
took the last term. I mistakenly did it. Okay. Now, solve this. Your time starts now. I'll just mute you. Frederick, did you get the answer? Okay, time up. Let me solve it. We are going to multiply the first terms first. 3x times 4x is nothing but 12x square. I'll write it down. Now the outer ones, which I messed up last time. So 3x times negative 6 would be nothing but negative 18x. So I'll write it as minus 18x. Now I, which is nothing but the inner terms. So we have 5 times 4x is nothing but 20x. And L is nothing but the last terms. So 5 times negative 6 is negative 30. So we will sort this out now. Negative 18x plus 20 would be nothing but positive 2x. So 12x square plus 2x minus 30 would be your answer. Let's move on to the next question. Now, let me solve this for you. We are going to multiply this 3x square times 7x to the power 7. Multiply the numericals first. So 3 times 7 is 21. X to the power 2 times x to the power 7 plus this 2 times 9 would be 18. Y to the power 3 times y to the power 12. So what we are going to do, the base is same. So we are basically going to add the powers. So 21 x to the power 2 plus 7 plus 18 y to the power 3 plus 12. So 21 x to the power 9 plus 18 y to the power 15 will be your final answer. Now, I hope you guys have understood the multiplication part of the expression. Now let's try understanding the division part of the expression. First thing, the basic rules that we need to understand. So first thing that we need to do is divide the coefficients. If you see there is a 12 over here, there is a 4 over here, just divide the coefficients directly. Now apply the exponents rule. Which exponent rule are they talking about? A to the power m divided by a to the power n is nothing but a to the power m minus n, which also means, like I'll explain it to you with an example. Okay, let me take the example from here only. X to the power 3 divided by x to the power 1, which is nothing but x to the power 3 minus 1, which is x to the power 2. This is how you'll be applying the exponent rule. Now, factor expression when possible and cancel common terms in the numerator and denominator. So we're going to solve this type of questions in the coming few slides. Let me try to explain you what happened, what exactly happened in this case. So 12 divided by 4, I'll just write it down separately, times x to the power 3 divided by x to the power 1 times y to the power 2 divided by y to the power 1. If you apply this rule, a to the power m divided by a to the power n, same base. Guys, if the base is same, the power is different. What do? You subtract the powers. So 12 divided by 4 is 3 times x to the power 3 minus 1 would be x to the power 2 times y to the power 2 minus 1 would be y to the power 1. What will we have the final answer? 3x square y will be your final answer. Now, let us try understanding these few questions over here. After that, I'll be giving you some questions to solve. Now, exponents rule. You can use the exponent rule directly. X to the power 5 divided by x to the power 2, which is nothing but x to the power 5 minus 2, which is x to the power 3. Now, this you guys need to do whenever it is possible to use the exponent rule. Using the exponent rule is basically the simplest possible strategy that you can apply for solving the division of the polynomials. Now, try solving this one. So division of polynomials. We are going to divide each term separately, or you can take a common factor. So there are two ways how you can solve it. I'll try to show you both the ways so that you can consider any way that you want and you can master in any one of it. So let's say here 6x cube plus 9x square divided by 3x. I can basically take out 3x square common from it. 3x squared can be taken common. What will be remaining if I have taken 3x square common from this? 2x will be remaining plus 3 will be remaining in this case. And what do I have here? 3x. Now, what does this mean? 3x square is nothing but 3x times x. So 3 cancel. You can just cancel the common terms out only when everything is multiplied. Okay, if you see this 3x square is multiplied with the other thing. Now this x can be cancelled. This will become 1. 2 minus 1 will be 1. So what do we have? X times 2x plus 3, which can be also written as 2x square plus 3x, can be your answer. So this is one way of doing it. Or the other way of doing this would be we need to divide each term separately. So 6x cubed divided by 3x plus 9x squared divided by 3x. So 3x squared. 6 can be divided by 3. What do we get? 2. X to the power 3 minus 1, which will be nothing but 2, plus 9 divided by 3 is 3. X to the power 2 divided by x to the power 1 would be x to the power 2 minus 1, which is 1. So this will be your final answer. Now, let us say if you're going to use any identity or if you're going to factor it using any particular rule. So let's say for this particular case over here, x square minus 9 divided by x minus 3. Now I can write this 9 as 3 square. This becomes x minus 3. Now if you guys remember an identity, a square minus b square is equal to a minus b times a plus b. So I can simply write this as x minus 3 times x plus 3. And what is in the division? X minus 3. Now I can cancel the complete factor out. What is remaining? X plus 3 is remaining, and that is your answer. I hope you guys have understood it. Now, I will solve one more question, and after that, you guys have to solve it. If x is equal to 4, then x to the power 4 divided by x will be equal to what? I think this is pretty easy. Can you guys solve it? I'll just start the timer. If you guys don't solve it, I'll solve it. Frederick, buddy, Frederick, McKinney, can you guys solve it and tell me the answer in the chat box? Frederick, did you get the answer? Okay, let me solve it. Let me help you out. If you remember, I told you I exponent rule. A to the power m divided by a to the power n is what? A to the power m minus n. I'm going to apply that rule over here. X to the power 4 divided by x to the power. If there is nothing, just take it as 1. It will become x to the power 4 minus 1. So it's going to be x to the power 3. But they have said if x is equal to 4, just plug that 4 over here in place of x. What will we have? 4 to the power 3, which is nothing but 4 times 4 times 4. 4 times 4, 16. 16 times 4, 64. So your answer is C. Did you understand it, Frederick? McKinney? Let me know in the chat box. Yes, Frederick says yes. Now, let's move on to the next question. McKinney says yes as well. Okay. Guys, try solving this. Your time starts now. I already have an answer. Frederick says C. Yeah, buddy. No, 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 no. Solve it carefully. See, it's x cubed. How can you solve it? Just take the numbers separately. It's x cubed. Now, if there is nothing, just put the power as 1. Y square, y to the power 1. So what do we have now? 12 divided by 4. It's 3. X to the power 3 divided by x to the power 1 would be x to the power 3 minus 1 times y to the power 2 minus 1, which is nothing but 3x square y. That will be your answer. So option A is correct. Now let's move on. Try solving this. Let me just give you a hint. You guys are going to need this identity. A square minus b square is equal to a minus b times a plus b. Use this and get your answer. Sixteen can be written as 4 square. Now this becomes a square minus b square, which will be nothing but x minus 4 times x plus 4 divided by x minus 4. You can just cancel this thing out. What is the answer? It's x plus 4. It will be x plus 4, buddy. Okay, so because a square minus b square will be a minus b times a plus b. Do you want me to explain it once again, Frederick? Okay, fine. Let me solve it again. Now remember this identity, a square minus b square will be nothing but a minus b times a plus b. Whenever you get something like this, so there are two perfect squares, which is x square is 1 and 16 is perfect square of 4. So x square minus 4, and in the denominator we have x minus 4. So here we have perfect thing, a square minus b square. So what can I do? X minus 4 times x plus 4 divided by x minus 4. Whatever is common factor, which is x minus 4, cancel it out. What is remaining? X plus 4 is remaining. That's your answer. Okay. Now, I'll solve this question for you guys. So I'll be taking, first, we will have to divide this individually. Like each term needs to be divided individually. So this 6x to the power 4 divided by 3x square minus 12x to the power 3 divided by 3x square plus 18x square can be divided by 3x square as well. Now, this 6 divided by 3 is nothing but 2. X to the power 4 divided by x to the power 2 would be nothing but x to the power 4 minus 2, which is nothing but x to the power 2 minus 12 divided by 3, 4, x plus 18 divided by 3, 6, and x square gets cancelled. So we have this as our answer. Now, with that, we will just move on to our next topic, which is nothing but, let's say, we are going to learn about substitution. So how does substitution actually work in expressions? So we are going to put some values, and remember guys, this type of questions have occurred numerous times in your ASVAB exam. Okay, so focus on this particular chapter over here. Let me share my screen. Okay. There you go. Now substitution means nothing. What if they say, if x is equal to 8, what's the value of y in the equation? So what do you guys need to do? If they are saying, if the value of x is 8, just put the value of x as 8 and solve it. Let's solve it. X is equal to 8. Put the value of x as 8. So y equals to 8 square divided by 4 minus 2. I'll keep the parenthesis as it is. Now PEMDAS. We are going to solve the parenthesis first. Yes, we are going to solve this first. Now in the parenthesis, there is exponent and division. So exponent comes first. So 8 square means 8 times 8 is nothing but 64 divided by 4 minus 2. Now is there multiplication? No. Is there division? Yes. So 64 divided by 4 is 16 minus 2. So 16 minus 2 is nothing but 40. So this substitution questions are very, very easy. Do not miss them out. If they say x is equal to 8, just put that damn 8 into that equation and get done with it. Okay, do the required calculations and solve it. Now, guys, try solving this first. So there will be some mixed concept now. You will have to apply the laws of exponents, division of expressions, everything that you need to do. I already have an answer. Frederick says D. You're absolutely correct. Let's move on to the next question. Now here, if I is equal to PRT, okay, which is nothing but X, the simple interest equals to principal times the rate times the time period which they are going to give the interest for. So I equals to PRT. If P is equal to 1000, R is equal to 7%. So P is 1000 times 7% means 7 per 100 times 1. Solve it and give me the answer. Come on, Frederick, solve it. You can just cancel the zeros out. 10 times 7, $70. That will be your answer. Substitution questions are very, very easy. Let's move on. Solve this, come on. If x is equal to 2, then x to the power x times x. Let me start your timer. Time starts now. is 8. You are absolutely right. Let's move on to the next question. There you go. You start solving it. Your time starts now. Come on, Frederick. Yep, it's B, 72. That's awesome. Now here, let me solve this interesting question for you. If x is equal to y, then 6 plus 4 times x minus y is equal to what? I'm going to just substitute x is equal to y. So what will I do now? 6 plus 4 times y minus y. Y minus y is nothing but 0 times 4 plus 6. So anything multiplied with 0 is 0. 6 plus 0 is nothing but 6. So option D will be correct. Now, let's move on to the next question. Now, what is the value of the expression? Let me try solving this for you. I'll give the next one for you. 3x square y plus y over 2 minus 6x when x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 10. Let's just try to put all the values now. X is 4. So 3 times x is 4 square times y is 10 plus y is 10 divided by 2 minus 6 times 4. Let's try solving it. So let's solve the exponent first. So 3 times 16 times 10 plus 10 divided by 2 is 5 minus 6 times 4 is 24. So 3 times 16. 6 times 3 is 18. Carry the 1 over. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1, 4. And 48 times 10 would be 480 plus 5 minus 24. So 480 plus 5 would be 485 minus 24. So let me subtract it. 485 minus 24. 5 minus 4, 1. 8 minus 2, 6, 4. So 461 is your answer. Let's move on to the next question. Here is the next question. Solve this. Your time starts now. Frederick, did you get your answer? Okay, let me solve it. So here 6a minus 3x minus 2y. So in place of a, you need to put 3. So 6 times 3. In place of x, you need to put 7. So 3 times 7 minus. In place of y, you need to put 4. Let's do the multiplication. 6 times 3, 18 minus 3 times 7, 21 minus 2 times 4, 8. 18 minus 21 is minus 3 or negative 3 minus 8. So negative 3 minus 8 is nothing but negative 11. That's your answer. Okay, it is not there in the options, but the correct answer is negative 11 only. Let's move on. Try solving this, guys. Come on. Your time starts now. Mm-hmm. 2 to the power 2 times 2 to the power 2. To the power 2, 4. To the power 2, 4. What is 4 times 4? 16. That will be your answer. Now, you guys try solving this question over here, which is x equals to negative 3. Calculate the value of the following expressions. Try solving it and get me the answer fast. In place of x, you need to put -3. Yep, time up. Let me solve it. So in place of x, you need to put -3. 3 times -3 to the power 3 plus 3 times -3 plus 4. Okay, Frederick got it. Let me see if it's correct or not. 2 times -3 square. Let's solve it further. 3 times -3 times -3 times -3. It's -27 plus. Let's keep the parenthesis as it is. 3 times -3 is -9 plus 4 minus 2 times -3 times -3 is nothing but +9. So here 3 times 7 is 21. Carry the 2 over. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2, 8. So -81. Now plus -9 plus 4 is nothing but -5. Minus, we'll have this as equal to 18. So if you observe carefully, there is all negative signs. So you just need to add it. 1 plus 5 plus 8 is nothing but 14. Carry the 1 over. 1 plus 1, 2 plus 8 is nothing but 10. So -104. This will be your answer. Let's move on. This is your last question, guys. Solve it. X is equal to 4, y is equal to 2. In place of x, you need to put 4. In place of y, you need to put 2. Time up. Let me solve it. So let's solve it now. Oh, Frederick got the answer. Let's see if it's correct or not. So 3 times x is 4 times y is 2 minus 12 times y is 2 plus 5 times 4. So 3 times 4, 12. 12 times 2, 24 minus 12 times 2, 24 plus 5 times 4, 20, 24 minus 24, 0, 0 plus 20, 20. So option D is correct. Very good, Frederick and McKinney. So that is it for the day, guys. It was pleasure meeting you. I hope to see you soon tomorrow on the same time, same place, and but with a different topic. Thank you so much. Have a good day ahead, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.